Hi everyone, today we'll be speaking to Tammy Green, who's the Student Advancement Manager at Feenix. We speak about what Feenix is, how students and graduates can benefit from it, as well as the student debt crisis in South Africa. So I wanted to speak a bit about student debt. It's a major issue in South Africa. And earlier this year, the Higher Education Minister also highlighted we've raised some flags about how it is affecting the sustainability of higher education, more or less. What do you think, or would you say, is one of the major contributors? And how do you think we could not solve this crisis, but maybe reduce it? I know you guys are doing amazing work, also contributing to decrease student debt in South Africa. But what other things can we do as a country as a whole that could help?
I think it's very important for us as a country to look at this is something that we can't just, push aside or say
Yes.
we'll get there
Mm-hmm.
eventually. I
Yeah.
think it's something that the country really needs to look at. We need to start looking for the future and looking at what
Mm.
is important and continuing to invest in our students and continuing to invest in the young people today is going to assist us with the solutions that we are needing for today's challenges. So I don't know
Yes.
if that's making sense, but just looking at, in order for us to come together and say, listen, how are we as a community, as a country going to back our students? How are we going to
Yeah.
assist them? I think that becomes the most important part because we
Mm-hmm.
can go through all the challenges that our country is facing at the moment and we can miss a very good opportunity, which is our students and our young people today for
Yes.
actually
Yes.
changing the challenges that
Mm-hmm.
we're currently facing today. So
Yeah.
I think it's a matter of us coming together and saying, each little counts.
Yes.
And I know that it sounds maybe very ironic and biased for me to say this, but sometimes we look at student debt as we owe about over 50, or just an example, a student comes and they're like, listen, I have 200,000 rand debt or
Mm-hmm.
student debt. But
Yeah.
there's also a struggle of I cannot graduate without my
Yes.
certificate or my
Certificate. Yeah.
degree.
So you have to
So,
pay.
because I need to pay that debt off. And
Yes.
now we are sitting with a high unemployment rate. So how
Yes.
can we actually look at people coming
Ways
together to say,
to.
what can we do? Because the
Mm.
one helps the other one out. So
Yes.
this is a
Yes.
way of saying, listen, community, let's talk amongst one another. And I think a very big important part is
Mm-hmm.
paying it forward and paying it back. When
Yeah.
I say pay it forward and paying it back, I'm not saying paying it back as in like, oh, we've given you something, you need to give us something back. But paying more of paying it forward to say, like, we continue in running this battle. The fact that
Yes.
Phoenix is still here and the fact that every year and year on year, we're getting students that are not qualifying for funding, that are
Mm-hmm.
struggling to find funds, is a real problem because it's happening
Mm-hmm.
every year. So it's saying to what is that message telling us? We're not really
Yes.
investing enough into our students. And I think it's a matter that our country, whether it be private or public sector, comes and they say, listen, let's back the young people today because they
Yeah.
are going to move out. The young people are going to seek employment. And in order to keep the critical skills within our country, we need
Mm-hmm.
to continue pushing and backing those students up to say, here's opportunities, here's internships,
Yes.
instead of the skills leaving our country and
Yes.
bettering other countries instead of the country that they come from.
That's so true. And another thing is student debt not only challenges students economically, but it has emotional effects on them as well. Like imagine graduating, well, you finish your degree, your diploma. You first of all you can't get the diploma, you can't get the degree because you need to pay it. Then you can't enter the job market, you can't enter the labor market. You're depressed, you're emotionally drained. You have to take part-time jobs to but come going back and pay that. It also it takes away from the experience of graduating and being able to enter the labor market. Now they have to stress about all these other things instead of just focusing on their career, and it's definitely not fair, especially in with the economic climate that we are in South Africa. So I definitely agree on the approach of being to taking the collaborative approach where all industries, all environments, especially government, needs to take a step back and say, no, we need to help these students. And that's why it's so amazing for organizations like Feenix, where children students can actually help themselves in a way that's positive, and all the facilities that you guys provide as well. Like you said, emotional support, things like that as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found out what you needed to know about Feenix, or maybe this was your first time learning about the organization. We'll have all the information linked in the description box below if you want to find out more. Comment down below if you have any questions or concerns, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.